Hello, welcome to From the South. I'm Laura Prada from the Telesur studios in Caracas, Venezuela. We begin with the news. Stay with us. Venezuela's President Nicolás Maduro participated in the commemoration marking the 6th anniversary of Hugo Chávez's death. The president arrived at the Cuartel de la Montaña mountain barracks accompanied by the first fighter, Cilia Flores, the vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, and the military high command, and he led the people in acts in homage to the leader of the Bolivarian Revolution, Hugo Chávez, who with his love and charisma offered his life for a new homeland to all Venezuelans.
Son 6 años.
6 years have passed and his presence is more effective than ever. 6 years ago, we saw him live to immortality. As always said our singer of the people, we saw him change of landscape for people's pain, the pain of the National Bolivarian Armed Forces. 6 years of combat that make us feel very confident that Commander Chávez showed infertile land, infertile heart, and 6 years later people and his nation armed forces victorious Bolivarian standing.
El dolor de un pueblo, el dolor de su Fuerza Armada Nacional Bolivariana.
March 5th marks the 6th-year anniversary of the death of Commander Hugo Chávez, the leader of the Bolivarian Revolution. His legacy lives on across all of Latin America. Let's take a look at the life of the man who inspired millions.
On February the 4th of 1992, Commander Hugo Chávez sealed a pact of love and loyalty with the Venezuelan people. A pact that has never been broken, with full commitment and humility. He never betrayed his people nor let them down, and neither did his people.
I have seen and I have felt that the love between us, the love for what is ours, the love of our people for the revolution has only grown. And many times I have said the words of José Martí, love is rewarded with love.
With loyal people by his side from the beginning, he became immortal in Venezuelan history. Thanks to his hard work as president, Venezuela is considered to be at the forefront of respecting the dignity and sovereignty of people, becoming an example for a huge number of nations.
We have received the most tragic of news. At 4:25 p.m. on March 5th, our commander, Hugo Chávez Frías, has passed away.
The tragic news of his death broke millions of hearts. Amidst the pain, Venezuelan people swore loyalty to the continuation of the revolution, awakening patriotism and dignity among them. The entire world expressed solidarity with the Venezuelan people, recognizing the magnitude of Commander Chávez's work, which was achieved out of love for his country and also for humanity. He accomplished Simón Bolívar's dream of returning dignity to the invisible and to build a big, prosperous and sovereign country.
I am no longer Chávez. Chávez is a people. Chávez are millions. You too are Chávez. Venezuelan woman, you too are Chávez. Venezuelan youth, you too are Chávez. Venezuelan child, you too are Chávez. Venezuelan soldier, you too are Chávez.
Commander Chávez left a legacy of unwavering fight for the Bolivarian Revolution, a fight that despite difficulties, people refused to give up. They refused to walk backwards on all that has been achieved during the revolutionary process.
And in Russia, the Catholic Church of Saint Louis of the French in Moscow held a liturgical event to commemorate this date. Russian authorities, diplomats, students and friends of President Hugo Chávez met under the motto 6 years of love and loyalty. They say the presence of the commander has helped millions continue the struggle for a multipolar world where human beings are held above capital and hegemonic interests. And Venezuela's city of Puerto Cabello has celebrated the traditional La Hamaca festivities. During hundreds of people joined the celebration, which starts with the depiction of a death. A wake is held for the representation of a deceased person with dances and music throughout the night. After that, the deceased is wrapped in a hammock and symbolically buried during Carnival Tuesday, or Mardi Gras. This is the 148th anniversary of the traditional celebration. And Carnival is the perfect time for Venezuelan families to get together. They gather in the streets, squares, and their homes to celebrate this festivity together with their community. Let's find out more on the following story.
Contrary to mainstream media reporting on Venezuela, the people are free and have taken this opportunity to have fun. Kids get dressed up in their costumes and take part in the carnival celebrations, free from fear, and the smiles on everyone's faces says it all.
To share this festivity with my family is really important. It's good for the kids to go out and have fun in a different way.
While most Venezuelans are out enjoying the festivities, others gathered in Plaza Alfredo Sadel Square in the capital, Caracas, to welcome opposition lawmaker and self-proclaimed interim president Juan Guaidó. He returned to Venezuela freely and faced no charges, even though the mainstream media said he would be arrested. His supporters continue on the path of destabilization.
Regarding the possibility of war, I think it won't come to that. The United States is not crazy. The US knows what it's doing, as do the other countries that support them.
The country is going through the most difficult stage in this period of its history.
Despite the countries and politicians who support war in Venezuela to overthrow the legitimate government of President Nicolás Maduro, Venezuelans are raising their voices in favor of peace.
I'm here to enjoy with my children. We Venezuelans want to live in peace for our children. Our children are the most important thing.
Citizens are carrying on with their daily lives, despite the threat of war looming over them.
Like this, we go to a first break hearing from the South. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Telesur English and at Laura Peterser. Stay with us.
Aquí lo que hay es un pueblo libre y una patria soberana. Y saben una cosa, bastante pueblo hay aquí. Y saben otra cosa, bastantes cojones hay aquí para defender esta tierra, para defender esta patria de cualquier intruso que pretenda venir a humillar la dignidad de esta tierra sagrada de la Venezuela, de todos nosotros. ¡Carajo!
Enjoy our programming from Monday to Friday, where you'll find the best information on culture, innovation, conservation, human well-being, Keep up to date on the latest innovations in science and technology with Atomun. The habits and knowledge you need to live a healthy lifestyle are on Guide Your Body. Environmental consciousness is required to preserve our Earth. Undergo your transformation on Green Zone. All about equity, diversity, and respect for identities on By Gender. Cultural manifestations, the art in all its forms, and the stories of real lives. Every day we feature a wide variety of content, only on Telesur, the news source from Latin America and the Caribbean.
And Mexico's government is investigating corruption cases linked to Enrique Peña Nieto's administration. This was reported by the head of the Financial Intelligence Unit, Santiago Nieto. He said he will present allegations of tax fraud, among other crimes connecting to senior government officials who preceded Andrés Manuel López Obrador's presidency. An investigation by the organization Zero Impunity revealed that between 2012 and 2016, there were irregularities found in contributions to popular insurance and health services that amounted to more than $4 billion. The organization has filed 64 allegations against officials from 32 states. And clashes have erupted at the party of Fervor da Luz in Rio's Carnival. The violence broke out following a fight after midday. Riot police fired tear gas to disperse the crowd, and at least one person has been arrested. Singer Ludmila stopped her show when the violence started and the street's party was cut short. And during Monday night's Carnival parade in Rio de Janeiro, a samba school paid tribute to slain councilwoman and human rights activist Marielle Franco. Waving flags with Franco's face on them, the Mangueira Samba dance troupe marched in the Sambodrome. Marielle Franco was a member of Rio's municipal chamber and was a well-known activist for women's, LGBTQ and Afro-Brazilian rights. She was shot dead last year along with her driver Anderson Gomez.
She was the only black councillor in Rio de Janeiro who carried in her body and in her story all the causes she defended. She was a black woman from the favelas, a lesbian who was executed. Almost a year after this political crime, Brazil is still unable to say who ordered Marielle's murder.
This year, Mangueira pays tribute to democracy, to a country that we want to defend, a fair country, a country that does not accept Marielle's death, a country that only accepts its true history and meaning.
And Bolivians have celebrated the last day of Carnival with traditional dances and parades, including the famed UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage Carnival in Oruro. The Bolivian Carnival is all about greeting Mother Earth's Pachamama through local rituals called Chala and La Anata Andina. More than 140 celebrations took place around the country to celebrate the fourth-day festival. And in Trinidad and Tobago, the carnival has come to an end with an spectacular parade. The street came to life as people in colorful and wonderful costumes made their way through dancing on a glorious day. The two-day celebration included a number of cultural events in celebration of the country's unique diversity. It's one of the most anticipated events in the calendar. Time for a second short break. We'll be right back.
Para mantenerme saludable, yo corro.
To keep myself healthy, I study.
Για να διατηρηθώ υγιής, τρέφομαι σωστά.
Para mantenerme saludable, yo bailo.
Para mantenerme saludable, yo purifico mi espíritu a través del cuerpo. ¿Y tú?
Get Your Body. Tuesdays, only on FtS.
The president of Senegal, Macky Sall, has been officially declared winner of the February 24th elections. The Constitutional Council confirmed his re-election with 58% of the vote. The opposition has rejected the results but has decided not to appeal. Sall has made a call for dialogue.
My role is to unite us around our shared ideals. That's why I extend a hand to all to hold an open and constructive dialogue in the higher interests of the nation. I will make proposals along those lines after my swearing-in ceremony on April 2nd. I invite to this Republican dialogue all the stakeholders of the nation without exclusion. A dialogue in which my predecessors, the President Abdou Diouf and Abdoulaye Wade, may contribute.
Internally displaced Cameroonians continue to arrive to the French-speaking department of Mwongo. They are fleeing the conflict in the English-speaking regions of the country. In the small city of Kongsamba, about 100 families have taken refuge. Since 2017, English-speaking separatists have taken up arms against the French-speaking government on the western flank of Cameroon.
Even we receive things, our brothers are still homeless, as I can see. So we give them thanks. And we also give them courage so that they should bring our brother back to our home. We are homeless and we really suffered. It is not easy in our family. So we really ask government to look into our problem.
We are in a French-speaking area here, but increasingly my team and I are learning English because every day there are more of them coming here, and we are doing our best to give them the care they need, but also psychological support.
Pakistan's Navy says it has prevented an Indian submarine from entering its waters. A military spokesman released images of a submarine that was allegedly intercepted and it was forced to turn around. And India's Trade Secretary Anup Wadhawan said he has no plans to impose tariff on U.S. products after Donald Trump stripped India of preferential trade status. Wadhawan said the move by the U.S. would have a limited impact and that both countries have been working to address each other's concerns. Under the system of preferences, India exports goods worth $5.6 billion to the United States without taxes. India is the largest beneficiary of the world's generalized system of preferences, and this is the strongest U.S. action against the country since Trump took office in 2017. In France, where there was a third night of riot after 2 teenagers died after a police chase, protesters set up barricades and threw fireworks and Molotov bombs at the police. Several vehicles were also burned. The clashes occurred in the Mistral district in the city of Grenoble, where the victims lived. They died in a collision with a coach while they were being pursued by police officers. Like this, we've come to the end of this brief, but you can find this and many other stories on our website, telesurenglish.net, where of course you can find more information, opinion articles, and our special interviews. Continue with Telesur, connecting the global south. Until next time, thank you for watching.
Documentaries Telesur presents Gabriel Garcia Marquez.